Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to decode the blueprint for any successful venture, the business plan. We're going to break down how you get from that first little spark of an idea all the way to making a real-world impact. All right, so what really separates a passing thought from, say, a billion-dollar company? Well, it's the difference between just having an idea and having a plan. And you know what? A classic example makes this perfectly clear. Okay, take a look at this. On the surface, it's pretty simple, right? Just a coffee machine and the pods that go with it. But there is a brilliant, multi-million-dollar business strategy at play here. Can you spot it? So here's how the Nespresso model works. They sell the machine itself for a pretty low price, right? The goal is to get it into as many kitchens as they possibly can. But here's the real genius. The machine only works with their special coffee pods. And that right there is the recurring revenue stream that makes the whole thing so incredibly profitable. You know, this strategy has a name. It's called the bait and hook model. The machine, that's the bait. And the continuous sale of those high-margin coffee pods, well, that's the hook. It really proves that a great idea is just the start. The real power is in the plan that actually makes it profitable.
So when you boil it all down, an idea is that spark, that little what if. But a plan is the detailed roadmap that turns that spark into a real sustainable business. It's literally the difference between a dream and a reality.
Okay, so how do you actually build that roadmap? Well, think of it this way. If your big idea is the vision for a building, then your business plan is the architectural blueprint. It's the essential document that makes sure the foundation is solid and the whole thing can actually stand on its own. So, what exactly is a business plan anyway? At its core, it's a formal document that lays out what your business wants to achieve and, more importantly, the specific steps you're going to take to get there. Think of it as your official guide from vision to reality. So why is this document so vital? I mean, why bother? Well, a good plan forces you to sharpen your idea until it's crystal clear. It helps you set measurable goals to keep you on track. It's the thing you show investors to get that all-important funding. And, crucially, it helps you spot potential risks before they turn into absolute disasters. A typical plan has 6 core sections. First, the executive summary. That's your compelling movie trailer. Then market analysis. That's where you size up the competition. Sales and marketing. That's your playbook for winning customers. The production and operational plans, they get into the how-to of your daily business. And finally, the financial plan. That's where you prove the numbers actually work. All right, so if the business plan is the blueprint, what's the business model? Well, you can think of the business model as the engine. It's the core logic that actually generates power and makes the entire venture move forward. So a business model really just outlines the fundamental logic of your company. It's basically the recipe for how you're going to create something valuable for customers, how you'll get it to them, and how you'll make a profit in the process. It's truly the heart of your strategy. A really great business model answers 3 simple but powerful questions. How do you create value? How do you deliver that value? And finally, how do you earn revenue from it? Just think about Spotify for a second. They create value with a huge music library. They deliver it through an app, and they earn revenue from subscriptions and ads. Simple, right? But incredibly effective. And you know what? The best tool for designing this engine is something called the Business Model Canvas. It's an absolute game changer. It lets you map out your entire business on a single page, so you can see how all the different parts connect. Now, this canvas has 9 building blocks, but everything, and I mean everything, starts right in the center with the most important one, your value proposition. This is the clear promise of the unique benefit you offer. To put it simply, why should a customer choose you over anyone else? Okay, so once you know what value you're offering, the next crucial piece of the puzzle is defining exactly who you're offering it to. These are your customer segments. Are you targeting university students, busy parents, maybe large corporations? I'm telling you, being super specific here is absolutely key to success. And next up, the bottom line. How are you going to get paid? These are your revenue streams. Is it a one-time sale, a monthly subscription, advertising fees? This defines exactly how money flows into your business and keeps that engine running. But look, in today's world, a powerful engine just isn't enough. You also need a compass. The old idea of simply chasing profit at all costs, well, that's an outdated model. It just doesn't lead to long-term success anymore. These days, strong ethics and a real commitment to sustainability, They're not optional extras. They're non-negotiable. Why? Because they build customer trust. They attract modern investors who are looking at ESG, that's environmental, social, and governance criteria. And they help you avoid huge risks. All of this supports long-term profitability. And here's the key takeaway on that. A business that stands for more than just profit, it doesn't just build a customer base, it builds a loyal community. People really, truly want to support companies that share their values. Okay, now let's talk about the force that's rewriting all the rules. Technology. It's not just a tool for business anymore, it is the game changer. Technology drives change in two really big ways. Internally, it accelerates innovation and makes everything more efficient. But externally, it completely reshapes what customers expect and what the competition looks like. I mean, just think about it. Uber's app didn't just compete with taxis. It blew up the entire industry, forcing them to adapt or become totally obsolete. And this has led to a total explosion of new business models. You can compare the old-school retailer or franchise models with today's digital disruptors. You've got the marketplace model, like Airbnb, which can scale massively without owning any inventory at all. And then there's the subscription model, like Netflix, which is built on that beautiful, continuous, recurring revenue. The shift is it's undeniable. The world has moved from physical storefronts to on-demand digital services that live right in our pockets and on our screens. And you know what? This pace of change is only getting faster. And all this leaves us with one final crucial question for you to think about. In a world that is constantly changing, is your business plan a static paper map that's going to be outdated in a year? Or is it a living, breathing GPS, constantly analyzing the landscape, ready to recalculate the route to success at a moment's notice? The answer to that question, well, it could define your entire future.